What is going on, everyone? We're back at it with another Prizepicks video. We're going to go ahead and give y'all a winner for today's plays. If y'all want to go ahead and get on these plays, man, get the VIP. I am doing a promo, right? But before I talk about that promo, it's 80% off, the most I've ever given off, right? But before I talk about that, let's recap how yesterday went. We went ahead and cashed 4 of these plays. We took Achan, Kamara, Chase Brown, Jacoby Myers, combined that all in one play. They were all pretty easy cashes. Wasn't sweating any single one of them, as you can see here, right? Chase Brown ended up with 26.7 fantasy points. That is insane, man. So that was a 10x payout, $10 for $100 there. Then we took this one, Ladd McConkey and Cortland Sutton. Ladd over 55.5 and Cortland over 53.5. It's funny because when the game was over, Prizepicks actually counted this as a loss. Like, it was red, and I was kind of pissed off because it stopped Ladd at like 52 yards and it just didn't go up from there, and they just counted it as a loss. But then they fixed it and they gave me my money. Right, give me my money. And then we took this one with Darnell Mooney, Jameis Winston. I knew he was going to throw up a meatball, right? I knew he was going to throw an interception today or yesterday. It was that's just the nature of Jameis Winston, man. I mean, he ended up with 0 interceptions against the Ravens, but honestly, there was 2 of them. One that was a game changer with Kyle Hamilton that Hamilton dropped, right? So Jameis should have walked out of the Ravens game with at least 1 interception, and I knew it's Jameis, man. He's gonna get you. He's the type of player that's gonna get you 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, or 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, right? And yeah, that's exactly what he did. He ended up throwing up 3 interceptions. It was quite insane. And then Chase Brown with 120 rush yards, right? So that was also another pretty good play. And then Chris Olave, unfortunately, ended up with a concussion and got rebooted, right? And then we took this one, Cortland Sutton and Jacoby Myers, kind of doubled down on both of these guys. I just knew they were both going to have themselves a day, and they did, right? Both going up against 2 pretty weak passing defenses, right? And then I believe that is it. Yeah, so we went ahead and won those 4 plays yesterday in the VIP. So it was a pretty good freaking day. Unfortunately, the free pick that I gave out yesterday on the channel did not cash. Joe Flacco had himself one of the worst statistical games that he's had in a while, right? And it was a smash spot for Joe Flacco, but he just couldn't cash it in, right? And then Jefferson ended up going off like I predicted. Did end up with 130 yards. We took him at a demon prop with 4 over 99.5, and he got that, but of course the other ones didn't cash. Addison was about a yard or 2 away, and then I forget who was the other one. Josh Downs. So Josh Downs also didn't cash. He was about 20 yards away. And obviously, if Joe Flacco's not going to cash, the likelihood of Josh Downs cashing is pretty low, right? So let's go on over, man. If y'all want to go ahead and get on the VIP for the entire season, we're going to go ahead and start cashing these kind of plays all freaking month. And yeah, man, I'm excited. It's a good start to the month, right? So all you got to do is go over to my store. Right, so I made 10 spots available for 80% off, right? So you go to purchase, right, and then you just apply the promo code November at checkout, and it gives you 80% off, making your total to just $300, right? $300. Taking $1,200 off, right? That is extremely cheap for the rest of the season for college football and NFL. So make sure you go ahead and get that, man. Hop on it, because you can see here yesterday betting $10, $20, right? I mean, how much did I put on these plays? It wasn't even that much. It was like max I put on the place was like $20, right? On the ones that we won. So I mean, easy money, right? I mean, we won over $300 yesterday. So you would have paid this off on just yesterday alone. So go ahead, get on this, and y'all can go ahead and finance it through Klarna and things like that, right? If you know what that is, it's pretty much just a company, that just allows you to pay monthly, right? And if you do over the 12 months, just $27 a month, right? And then total comes out to just $333. So you're just paying an extra $33, right? But with that 80% off, it's definitely well worth it. So go ahead, get on that, man, because I plan on continuing to win all freaking month through now December and January, and it's going to be a fun freaking time. So that's it. That's all I'm saying for that. 10 people are going to be able to hop on it, and congrats to those that hopped on the NFL day pass yesterday. We had ourselves a day, right? I think I sent out I want to say about 13 plays, something like that, and we ended up cashing 4 of them, right? 1 for 10x, 1 for 5x, and 2 for 3x, right? So do the math. The units were up, right? So let's go on over, man. Let's cook up a play for everyone today. So, and then of course, if we go over here, right, we have this play already cooked up in the VIP, right? So those that were on the NFL Day Pass and the Season Pass, all that, you already have this locked in. We took Geno JSN to go over passing and receiving, and JSN had himself a day. Dude ended up with almost 200 receiving yards. That is insane. And then we combined that with Baker and Cade Otton. So Cade Otton is absolutely my favorite play of the day today. The only way to attack this Chiefs defense is through the tight end, right? So that's kind of gross. You got to attack the Chiefs through that tight end. All right, I'm immature. All right, so... all right, but you know what I mean, right? So the best way to beat the Chiefs, or at least try to beat them, is getting your tight end open. So getting the ball to your tight end, right? Wow, that is crazy. There's so many jokes in there. Oh my goodness. All right, Cade Otton's gonna have himself he's gonna have himself a day, man. So let's go on over. If you want to take Baker Mayfield and Cade Otton combo, go for it. Combine that with any other Chiefs player that you like. But I'm going to double down on Cade, right? I'm going to double down on Cade. We're going to go ahead and take his over 52.5 receiving yards. I honestly am even thinking about taking his over 79.5 receiving yards. 69.5 receiving yards here, right? So if we lock in Cade over, because I expect the Bucs to be down all freaking game, right? I expect them to be trailing. I expect them to be throwing a lot, and Cade Otton is the #1 target out there right now. And like I said, the weakest part of this Chiefs defense is against these tight ends, right? So let's go on over. Let's take advantage of that, right? And then we're gonna go ahead, combine that with someone that I think is gonna fall into the end zone today, right? And that is Kareem Hunt. So I like Kareem Hunt over 13.5 fantasy score, simply because I do think, like I said, they're gonna be running a lot, they're gonna be up, right? The Chiefs are, and if they're up, they're probably gonna be trying to keep the ball away from the Bucs. And guess how they do that? With Kareem Hunt running the football. And I wouldn't be surprised if this dude falls into the end zone. There's another reason why I like him is because, look, this is a goblin prop, right? Normally, if it's a goblin prop, that means that this line on a regular sports book is probably like at -200 or something like that, or higher. So if Kareem Hunt falls into the end zone, this is 100% gonna cash, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this dude ends up with 2 freaking touchdowns today. Seriously. So let's take Kareem Hunt over 13.5 fantasy score. If that doesn't, float your boat, then you could definitely go with Kareem Hunt over 17.5 rush attempts. But I definitely like him over 13.5 fantasy score today. Combine that with Cade Otton over 69.5 receiving yards. You can see here, Cade went over that against San Francisco, against New Orleans, and against the Chargers. And I could see, wait a minute. That's not what I was looking at. Cade, that's a lot of games he went over that, but I don't think it was that many. So Cade over 69.5. He went over that against Atlanta and Baltimore, right? And look at that, against Atlanta with no Chris Godwin and no Mike Evans. Dude ended up with 81 receiving yards, and I could definitely see him doing the exact same thing today. I also like his touchdown prop just because dude is a red zone machine, right? So, especially like you can see he got 2 touchdowns against Atlanta, and Baker literally looked for him in the end zone like 3 times during that game, right? So Cade Otton over 69.5 receiving yards, Kareem Hunt over 13.5 fantasy score, 4.5x payout for just 2 plays. That's pretty nice. $25 to win $112.50 on that one. All right, everyone, that's the play for today. Make sure you go ahead and lock that sucker in. And if you want more plays like this, go to the VIP and win some money with us. All right, everyone, take care. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in for everyone. Take care. Have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the VIP. Boom. Money.